everyone. So today I'm really excited for this topic because I literally get asked this question like all the time, and everyone is always asking me what the best beginner lizard would be for them. And it's really complicated to go through because it literally depends on the person and what you're willing to do and just what you want out of the pet. There is really no number one best lizard or snake or anything for anyone. It really depends on you. So I'm gonna go through the top 3 most common beginner lizards, and I'm gonna explain their care and their routines and basically what you'd be getting into when you commit to those animals. So I'm starting with Dude here, my bearded dragon, because he was my very first lizard and he is my favorite. I know I can't pick favorite animals because I love all of mine equally, but like he is like a whole other level and I feel like he's my child. So this is my child. And they are really great for beginners. Like they're very common. So what are you doing? I'm gonna let him chill. Oh, side note, look at how awesome this shirt is. It has bearded dragons on it and I'm very happy about that. So thank you, Brayden, for my awesome shirt. I'm so happy to wear it for this video. But back to the topic. So I'm gonna start off with bearded dragons simply because I've had him the longest and they're just so common. You see them everywhere. So basically, if you're interested in a bearded dragon, they are great animals if you're looking for a lizard that you can handle often. These guys will just chill on your shoulder. You can take them for walks. Again, every single animal is going to have its own personality, so there may be a bearded dragon that doesn't really like handling as much, and you may have to work and give it a little bit more attention. So that's just something to keep in mind. But generally, these are great for handling if you want a lizard to take out that you can hold and pet and just hang out with. They aren't going to be running away or jumping or anything, usually. But this is pretty much their state of being, which makes them so popular and so amazing. So again, it depends on what you're into. Bearded dragons do get pretty big. They can get basically like 1 foot to 2 feet long, and that's always including the tail too. So he's a pretty big guy, but he's pretty average. So if you're not into a bigger type of a lizard or you think this is too much, then a beardy isn't for you, because they are going to be coming very small as babies, so they are going to grow, and with that you're going to need at least a 40-gallon for these guys for the tank enclosure. So again, that's something else to keep in mind. Another thing with bearded dragons is that they do require heat and UVB, and that is so important for their health. So if you're not interested in it, you think that it would be too pricey for you to do the upkeep and keep the heating and UVB, then again, it's not going to be an animal for you. So another thing that makes bearded dragons so amazing and easy to care for is their varied diet. So they do mainly eat salads, but as hatchlings, they do eat more insects. So as they grow, their diet will change. Again, you should do your own research. I'm not doing like an in-depth care video on these guys. I'm just being extremely brief and getting to the point. But if you aren't interested in like crickets or bugs and you think that's gross, then again, this isn't going to be the animal for you because they do eat that, especially as hatchlings. So that's another thing to keep in mind. So I personally love bearded dragons. I think that they are amazing pets, but obviously you should do your research. Make sure that this is a good option for you. Again, if you're not interested in the size or the insects or doing the upkeep with the UVB and heating, then it's not the animal for you. But if you're cool with all of that, then you're gonna have an amazing relationship with a little beardy just like Dude. So what I have here is Kiwi, my little leopard gecko. Leopard geckos are amazing beginner pets, but again, there are things that you want to keep in mind before getting one of these guys and that you should consider if you're trying to figure out which lizard would be perfect for you as a beginner lizard. So leopard geckos are insectivores. So if you do not like insects and you're not comfortable touching them or feeding them to your animal, then this is not going to be the animal for you. They are pretty good with handling, which is pretty awesome, so you could take them out. They aren't as chill, in my opinion, as a bearded dragon. They do kind of like to wander around, and you shouldn't keep them out for too long, but it is something that you can hold, so it's pretty cool. You can enjoy them. They have amazing personalities. They're one of my favorite animals to watch eat just because they hunt, and they're just so adorable. They have the cutest little faces, so they're amazing. Some people aren't cool with having the heating for these animals and they think that it's expensive and they aren't willing to do that. So if you're not willing to provide the heat that this animal needs, then this isn't going to be the lizard for you. Other than that, leopard geckos are very easy to take care of. You feed them their insects, they're pretty cool with that, and I mean, they just have the heat. You provide a water bowl, and you do want to provide at least a 20-gallon tank for when they get larger. But other than that, they're amazing animals. I think that they're very easy to care for, and they have the best personalities. They're so entertaining, and I can't get enough of mine. So definitely something to keep in mind if you're willing to put all the work in and take care of them properly. And last but not least is the crested gecko. These guys are so popular right now and they're just so available. You can find them anywhere. They're really cheap. They are amazing, amazing animals, but there are some things that may turn some people off to getting one of these guys, and we should probably go over all of those just to make sure that you're really committed to taking care of one of these guys. So something that a lot of people love about crested geckos is that they do not need a heating source or UVB lighting whatsoever. They're perfectly fine with room temperature, and a lot of people love that, and it's easy to keep a lot of them because of that. So that's something to keep in mind. It's definitely a plus for a lot of people. Another plus for a lot of people is the fact that they primarily eat Pangea or Rapashi, which is a fruit mix. They do eat insects, but it's not their main part of their diet. Those are mainly just snacks, and it helps in giving them protein, but they're mainly just going to be eating a fruit mix, and a lot of people love that. You are so cute. Look at your little face. Crested geckos also do not get very large, so you do want a tall enclosure for them, but it's just going to be a 12 by 12 by 18 at the smallest. You can go a little bit larger than that, but they really don't take up much space because of their size, and that's another plus to keeping one of these guys. Something that people may not like about crested geckos is the fact that they cannot be as handleable. Some of them are handleable, just like Oakley right here, but some of them are extremely jumpy, and that freaks a lot of people out, and they don't like that. So if you're leaning toward an animal that's more chill and just kind of sits there and doesn't do anything, a crested gecko may not be the one for you. So that's another thing to keep in mind before getting one of these. Other than that, these guys are amazing. I absolutely love keeping crested geckos. They're just so adorable, full of spunk and personality, and they're so cool to watch in their habitat. So I hope that this video was helpful. Again, there is no one perfect beginner lizard for anyone. It really depends on you and what you want out of the animal and what you're willing to provide. So I hope that this was helpful, and I hope that you can find the perfect lizard for you and you'll be happy and hopefully not get as addicted and crazy as I am with all of my reptiles. But thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day.